you bought the KINETIKIT, you don't have to listen to this video. But if you haven't and you want to know more about it, compare it maybe to what you may have at home, it's important to watch this because we're going to tell you exactly how much supplement dosage you take, what are the top 4 supplements for nerve healing.
And it really does help the nerve heal faster.
Why?
Nerves
because
heal very slow.
Very slow. So, I mean, honestly, for me, like supplements when it comes to nerves have been clinically after 20 years, it's really made a big difference in patients' improvements. Especially if you have like a really resistant nerve problem that's been there for months.
Yep.
The most important supplement to take is the fish oil. And then second to the fish oil, we have
alpha lipoic acid.
And then
methylated B complex.
And the last one,
chelated magnesium.
They're all very important and they all do different things. The reason why we created this KINETIKIT is because we found problems in consistency of those supplements. Either they don't absorb well, they're not made well, the sourcing is off, and so people take them and they don't get results.
Right.
When they suddenly take these supplements, they're like, oh my God, why is it making a difference? Because we source it from better places, and then we tell you the right exact dose to take based on your body weight. Right? And then the absorption is a big deal, like all these things absorbing into my body, which is basic back to the sourcing. Now, fish oil is very important. Our fish oil is?
Well, it's sustainably sourced, so it's from a good place, you're being good to the environment, but also it's the quickest from fish to capsule, so it's
which is the most important thing.
Yeah, less likely for that oil to be rancid, which is important. We don't want to take toxic oils.
Well, it's more also very effective because again, the nerve has this sheath around it called the myelin sheath. The more the compressed or irritated the nerve is, the thinner this myelin sheath gets and the nerve starts firing until it starts dying. So we want to prevent that from happening. Fish oil is what helps make that sheath back together.
Yes, and if you have fish oil at home that has been on the shelf for more than 3 months, you want to throw that out and get a new one, whether or not it's ours or not.
Correct. But if you do get ours, it's 3 to 4 capsules based on your body weight. So if you're below 150, you take 3. If you're above 150, you take 4.
Or 18 to 2,400 milligrams.
That's the total dose per day. You can divide into 2 doses. So morning and evening with food. The alpha lipoic acid does something really interesting. What does it do?
It helps blood get to the nerves so that it can heal faster.
Increased circulation. They've done a couple of studies on this, more than a couple obviously, but they found out that people with neuropathies, like tingling, numbness in their feet, diabetic or otherwise, do better with alpha lipoic acid. If you're below 150 pounds, it's 300 milligrams or one of these. If you're above 150,
it's 2
or 600 milligrams. Methylated B complex. What's the difference between methylated B complex and B complex?
The methylation part. Some people do not methylate their B complexes.
And essentially, they don't activate it.
Yeah, so it just goes through your body without doing anything for you.
The methylated version does a lot.
Yes.
And it actually, what it does, the B complexes, when actually in the nerve and or brain environment, they help to improve also the ability of the nerve to fire properly. And then last but not least, we have the magnesium chelate, as opposed to the crappy magnesium oxide, which barely absorbs.
Don't get magnesium oxide, it doesn't absorb.
Exactly. The one in the middle, if they have it at home, called Calm.
Or it's a magnesium citrate.
That one is about 35% absorption.
It just, the tendency is it can give you loose stools. So if you don't want loose stools, get a chelated magnesium, and you're going to take 400 to 600 milligrams.
Or 3 of these at night. We source it from this mine in Utah, very, very clean source. The absorption rate is about 65%. And magnesium in the nervous system case helps really to calm things down, keeps the nerve stable, keeps it from overfiring. So that's all the ingestible stuff. The last but not least, we have this tool that they will learn how to use, obviously, with the releases. So we don't need to go over it. But those other 4, especially if you have a resistant case, very, very helpful.